それは本物のアイガモを田んぼに放つわけですけども、役割2つあるんですが、1つは水を濁してその下から生えてくる雑草に光合成をさせない環境を作る。もう1つは生えてきた草を食べると。でこのロボットは濁らせて光合成させない環境を作るということに特化したロボットです。
すごくつながってるんじゃないかなと思っています。
アイガモロボはシンプルにできていて、バッテリーとそこからマイコンを使ってモーターを駆動させると、前に進む、それから泥を濁らす、それからモーターとバッテリーを冷やすのがスクリューになります。スクリューは螺旋状になっていて、それが回ることによって前に行ったり後ろに行ったりします。でその螺旋状になっていることによって苗を引き抜かず傷つけずスルッとこう抜けるだけなんで、たった1ヶ月しか実験ができないということで、そこの1ヶ月にどんなものを用意して実験するか、残りの11ヶ月で考えるところがポイントですね。田んぼの中でまず起点の位置をセットします。でそこからアイガモがどういう位置にいるかっていうのを GPS を使って位置を認識して田んぼをくまなく回るようなことを考えているんですけども、その時の電波でやり取りをするものを Wi-Fi を使って行っています。私自身も農業体験をやってみて非常に大変なものだっていうのを劇的に少なくなっていくと、そういった時に我々の持っている技術を生かして農業を維持できる、そんなことに貢献できればなと思って始めたものがこのアイガモロボットになります。あとは何といっても農薬を使わずに作ったお米っていうのは美味しいんですね。
With a permanent layer of water, weed problems can be reduced. Weeds that still appear can then be controlled by hand weeding, herbicides or mechanical tools, such as the rotary weeder. The rotary weeder is a mechanical weeding tool you can push or pull in between the rows to uproot and bury weeds. Weeding with the rotary weeder is 2 to 3 times quicker than doing it by hand. It is not expensive and once bought can serve you for several seasons.
Hata kutoka kwa mkono unaondoa ile mbolea shambani unapeleka nje. Lakini sasa hivi tunazungumzia kutoa magugu kutumia hii rotary weeder, hii mashine hii.
When you hand weed, you take all the weeds out of the soil.
Yote ambayo unatoa shambani hayatoki, unayavuruga.
Method to control weeds. After leveling, flooding and transplanting, weeds can be best controlled by using a rotary weeder. The rotary weeder is easy to use, time-saving and relatively cheap. Using the rotary weeder requires line planting or sowing, and while this takes more time than broadcast sowing, the investment will pay off as you will need much less time for weeding later on. Let's take a closer look at this tool. There are different types of rotary weeders, but they usually have 2 rotating drums with straight, bent or twisted teeth or spikes. Not all types of teeth are suitable for all types of soil. For instance, if you have to work in heavy clay soil, you need to make sure the teeth are not too close to each other, because the soil can easily get stuck between the teeth. You have to find out which type works best in your field and adjust the weeder.
Other advantages of transplanting are that you need far less seed, and that it allows you to select the best seedlings. Transplanting also gives the crop a considerable advantage over weeds and makes the crop easier to manage. Now that we've learned about the benefits of transplanting, let's see how to get started. Use good quality seed to obtain vigorous seedlings. However, make sure not to use too many seeds in your seedbed, as this will give thin seedlings, and it will take too long for them to be strong enough to be transplanted. When we compare this rice with the rice over there, so when is the right time to transplant? If you want to obtain a good yield, your seedlings need to produce many tillers, as each tiller produces a panicle. Therefore, you have to transplant seedlings when they are young. So properly planning your different field activities is crucial, and need more time to recover and start growing again. You understand it's important to prepare your field in time. Make sure you carefully level your field and puddle the soil. This makes transplanting young seedlings easier. If possible, ensure a shallow layer of water a few days before transplanting. Our field should be ready before the seedbed is 2 weeks old. Now we can start transplanting the young seedlings. Water the nursery before uprooting the seedlings. This will minimize plant damage. Once uprooted, transplant the seedlings as quickly as possible to prevent them from drying out. Let's have a look at why the depth of transplanting affects tillering. In this picture, you see two plants, one with many tillers and one with only a few. At the time of transplanting, these seedlings were equally strong. However, the one on the left was transplanted at a depth of 3 centimeters, whereas the one on the right was transplanted too deeply into the mud. The roots of the plant on the left quickly re-established, and soon tillers start. As each tiller gives a panicle with lots of grains, you now understand that transplanting too deeply lowers your yield. Apart from the age of the seedling and the depth of transplanting, the plant density also affects tillering. Rice seedlings need space to produce tillers, so the more seedlings in a hill, the less space. It's best to plant 1 to 3 seedlings per hill. Obviously, you save seed by placing fewer. If at panicle initiation you still see water or soil when looking at the field, the canopy is clearly not closed, and yield will be less than optimal. Besides, the empty space between plants will allow weeds to grow and cause additional yield loss. Let's see how farmers use various ways to transplant. In Burkina Faso, transplanting is done along a string, with the transplanting interval clearly marked on the string. The string is moved after each row of planting. Farmers often leave 20 centimeters between plants. Abdurrahmani Cisse from Zianzo village in Mali developed a simple device to help him transplant in lines. Farmers in Madagascar have come up with a similar device. To save labor, some farmers use the size of their feet or hand as a guide to plant seedlings. They transplant uniformly by keeping equal distances between plants. Remember that when transplanting in lines, weed management will be easier. Even mechanical tools can be used, as shown by farmers in Burkina Faso. Some seedlings may not have survived the transplanting shock. Replace them within 1 week to ensure an even crop establishment. Let's summarize what we've learned. The most important thing to remember is that your rice yield is affected by the number of tillers. First of all, tillering is affected by the age of the seedlings. Seedlings ideally have about 4 leaves at the time of transplanting, because old seedlings do not tiller well. Therefore, prepare your field and seedbed at the proper time. Secondly, there's the depth of transplanting. Rice transplanted too deeply will have few tillers, Thirdly, keep enough distance between plants, ideally about 20 centimeters. Proper transplanting requires good planning and discipline, but allows us to obtain a better harvest. The whole village knows today the advantages of transplanting. Other villages inside and outside Mali can use our example and be motivated by the perseverance of the extension workers and the benefits that we gain from them. Our wish is that everybody could benefit from these new technologies.